It's not Tuesday, and we're here. Welcome to this impromptu show. It turned out to be a shit show because I'm having some technical difficulties. It's been fun. I've been running around like my hair's on fire, but it's okay. And I pushed the button and I took myself off the screen, so it's going real well. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring in all the people, and then we'll explain what's going on today. Please welcome Chris Brown, Dash Hooper officially, and Matt Knowles to the stage. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
There was an open spot on the network today that I found out about yesterday, and so Pops and I came up with this idea that we would do something fun. Dash was here for the last time we did this, and we got people to run the Choose Your Own Adventure book from Path of the Pale Rider. Woo! Dash, how long did you survive? Let's see.
I almost made it to where I could have chose my or whatever it was, the end there with the.
He made it to the like.
I made it very close to the
last
end of one of them. I don't want to spoil anything because we got some different people that haven't played.
Now, I fully expect you to choose a different path this time.
Absolutely.
Okay. You still might end up in the same place, however. Right. So, for those who haven't heard, I'm just going to blow myself up here for a second. This is the Choose Your Own Path Western Apocalypse Adventure by yours truly, with this gorgeous wrap cover by Marco DeFio. And interiors, I'm not going to show you that page, are done by the very illustrious David Rodriguez. So David Rodriguez is actually the original interior artist on Path of the Pale Rider, who started in 2020, and then COVID happened and the whole world blew up. And then my story came true. The end. But we still got David's illustrations to live forever in this book. So he's still a part of, the whole thing. Before we get started, could we do a kind of a round table? I would like for everybody to introduce themselves. And if you have something to promote, let's promote it before the shenanigans start. And then we forget later. And I'm a bad host. So why don't we start with Chris? Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, it's just me. Laughing Rogue. I make games and novels and RPGs and stuff. I do hot sauces and other wrongful inspirations that end up costing a lot of people time and money. But it's like in the best way. In the best.
It's Chris's fault that we have Path of the Pale Sauce, 100%.
As for anything to promote, I do have my Slaughterville books up on Amazon. Book 3 is coming on the 31st. It's going to be released. It's up for pre-order. But yeah, I got games, comics, novels, RPGs, whatever you need. If you like the horror, fun stuff, it's all here for you.
Very nice.
And Lou Pons. Surprise. Now it's a party. Dash. Tell us who you are. Oh, I love it. I was going to say, should I put mine? Okay. I'm boiling.
There you go. It's not Path of the Pale Rider without cowboy hats.
There you go.
Right.
All right. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Dash, co-host of First Impressions with Ed on Wednesday nights. So check us out tonight. We're going to be doing Taylor Swift's new album. Oh joy, oh joy, oh joy. You can tell I'm excited. No. And we always have cool friends on there to do shows with us. But I'm also an author. I pretend to be an author anyways. I have a couple of books out right now. You can go to Amazon, check out. I have Hell Comes to Texas, my supernatural Western, kind of inspired by Supernatural, Tombstone, Pale Rider, not to be confused with Path of the Pale Rider. Correct. And I also have my first sci-fi horror, I guess you will, Hybrids. Hybrids is out right now. It's basically based off a world where my daughters and I were sitting around one day drawing up hybrid animals, and they all became really crazy creatures, and I made them scary. So that's out at Amazon as well. And you can look forward to in about 9 weeks, Cold Windsor Book 2 Hell Comes to Texas Book 2, The Hand of the Devil.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's me in a
Thank
nutshell.
you. We're going to drop down to Fish Lee. Tell us who you are and what you do, so it gives me more time to try and get this PDF loaded.
Hi, I'm Mr. Fish from Mr. Fish Comics. You may know me from such books as Green Zone, Life in the Blocks, The Mighty God, The Cro-Magnon, or my newest series, Alice, Lost in Wonderland, where Alice has grown up in an interdimensional rift of Wonderland, and she is now a deadly bounty hunter on the hunt for her adopted dad, the White Rabbit. It is issue 3 is still has late pledges open at gomrfish.com right now. It should be going to print at the end of the month, and then it will be getting shipped out. Got a little bit behind schedule because we had a loss in the family, but we're back on now and things are going good.
Very good. I'm looking forward to getting my copy. Oh,
It's so good.
The art was fantastic, yes.
Yes.
Yes, the art was fantastic.
Oh, do you need me to introduce you, Matt? Matt, please tell us who you are.
I didn't want to go and interrupt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I didn't want to go and just jump in.
We're going like
hijack
this.
stuff.
We're going clock. Please introduce yourself to the class.
My name is Matt Knowles. I'm one half of Insymmetry Creations. Right now, we are on Kickstarter with Heirs of Isildur, The Perilous Prospects, 1 through 5, the finale. It is the finale of this arc. We have 9 days left. We have only $161 till we get to minimum funding, and then the fun starts with unlocked tiers and stretch goals and all that fun stuff. It's apocalyptic sci-fi set in a steampunk world. I know for a fact that this campaign is Dash Hooper approved. And if Dash has approved it, then you all need to go over there and take a look at tinyurl.com/errors-tpp5. We also do things like Tatsumi, the Serpent Mistress, and Misfits Clubhouse, and all other kinds of fun stuff. There you go. There's our campaign right there. Boom.
Thank you.
And I will say that before people ask, that is not me in the picture. The first artist, I cosplayed the character, and I said, this is what I want the character to look like. And he took that as, oh, you want it to be exactly like you? And when he drew it, it came out cool. We're like, dude, this is just going to make life super easy for the rest of my life when I'm at conventions and all that, because I get to dress as myself and as the character and just kind of roll from there.
Nice.
I think that's how I think that's how we should all do it. Like,
dress like me.
Characters in your series that look like you.
We should all
makes it easier to cosplay, right? Yeah. And then last but not least, Lou Pons. Nice to have you on the show with me together forever.
Right. I didn't know I was going to make it because last night my laptop just decided no more charge for you. And I was like, oh, like that is it. So I'm using my phone. I'm kind of managing, but everything's really small. So I'm slowly trying to work out who's who, but I'm getting there. I could.
No problem.
I could zoom in, but.
You need to stay like this and all sit really close to the monitor for you?
Yeah.
Right, everyone just lean in. Let me count who's here. No, it's not too bad. I can make things out, but there's no way I can read comments or anything. So if anybody is like, even
I'll
with
read them
these, it's
to
difficult.
So,
yeah, I won't know what's going on. I can only really hear.
And I mean, like, I have, there it is, the beautiful PDF ready to go. And what we're going to do is just kind of, oh, look, we're going to have some fun here. Okay, good. I'll read out loud what's going on the page in case, for Lou, who's on her phone, and for everybody who's maybe just listening, which will help. So, but I'll also have it on the screen for whoever needs. Cool. So, warning about this. If you haven't done this before, this is Path, right? So you got to use Path Logic. You just remember everything that had a heartbeat can reanimate, and it will probably want to kill you. Just saying. Nothing is as it seems, but use hopefully some logic to survive. Good luck. So
roll for initiative.
What's that? Yes, roll for initiative. I'm taking off this hat. I'm already sweating. I do have a prize. If you manage to get all the way through to the end, like Dash almost did last time, I have something that's called a golden BJ. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da.
Very nice.
For you, I will ship it to you. This illustrious prize worth 10 seashells.
10
Very
seashells.
expensive. Who would like to go first? Any volunteers? Yes, William Pace reanimated in 2016. Dash, I don't want you to go first, and I'm going to say no, Chris, because you guys already know. So I would love it if one of you three at the bottom would volunteer, Fish. Yeah. Okay, just because you haven't done it before, so it'll be completely new. Yes, and don't forget we have the RPG. So Chris already knows most of it. We'll see if he can remember, because there are some things in here that are not in the RPG. All right, so we are going to start you, Fish, at the saloon. You walk into the saloon in the wasteland. It's a rough looking place. It has a wooden bar and a couple of stragglers, and everyone has a mask or bandanas covering their faces. Behind you is a giant wall of bounties with pictures and descriptions. You casually sit at the bar, and the barkeep slams a mug of something in front of you. You check your pockets, and this is what you currently have: a pocket knife, 10 silver pieces, and a canteen, which is empty. Do you drink the drink, no questions asked? Or do you refuse the drink and walk over to the wall of bounties? Choose your fate.
I turn to page 3 because I ain't drinking this.
Oh, okay, you're going to go to page 3.
Uh-oh.
So, okay, you walk over to the back of the saloon, and there are many, many bounties on the board. Noticing some are for alive and some are for the undead. 3 stand out. The Skinner undead, reward $500, brought in any condition. Jane Doe, presumed alive, $200, brought in alive, no questions asked. And the third one is feral dogs, condition unknown, $25 per head. Which do you choose?
Well, being as I only have a pocket knife on me, I'm not going after somebody called the Skinner just yet.
That would probably be wise.
And I'm not going to make it through the feral dogs, I wouldn't think, in a non-undead condition. So I'm going to go after Jane Doe.
Jane Doe. So we're going to page 7. Silence from Dash and Chris.
I did. That was not me.
Okay. Silence. You choose the bounty for Jane Doe for $200, brought back alive, hopefully. You bring the yellowed paper back to the bar and hand it to the barkeep. And he says, "This seems like it's your first bounty. Do you need any weapons for the trip? I know you ain't got money. It's just that I can take it off your reward when you get back, if you get back. So do you purchase a rifle, a taser, or nah, I'm good. I got a pocket knife."
A rifle.
Choosing the rifle. The barkeep looks you in the eyes and says, "All right, get going. This bounty isn't going to catch itself." And you ask which way to head to start looking. And he says, "Head west of here, because that's the only direction we go in Path of the Pale Rider." You head out the door and into the evening. And in the low light, you see a wild hare scamper across your path, followed by a tumbleweed, and then another tumbleweed. The sun is going down, and although the west is pretty dangerous at night, you see a fire in the distance. Not too far, maybe a half a mile farther. Do you, so since you have the rifle, take no chances and shoot Jane Doe in the back with the rifle, or approach Jane Doe and talk to her?
Do I get the bounty either way?
No, the bounty said alive.
Okay. I just want to clear.
But you never know. I don't know. You can try.
Approach Jane Doe and talk to her.
You're going to talk to her. Okay, we're going to page 18. Ooh.
You need like some mood music.
I know, we really do. Let's see. I know we have music, but it's like the ducks. Oh, hey.
There we go.
All right. You approach Jane from the side, making no effort to muffle your sound. And she notices you about 15 feet away. You raise your hands to show her that you are not armed and stop for a second. May I come sit by your fire, ma'am? And Jane nods and you come sit at the fire, but still a bit away. And she's cooking a stew over the fire. She pours a bowl and offers it to you, and it has meat in it. And she says, "It's wild hare stew. Are you going to eat the soup or are you going to politely refuse?"
I'm going to politely refuse.
No, you don't want to? I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. There. You politely
Jane Doe's got
refuse.
terrible taste in music.
It
If that's her playing it while she was like making that soup, that's killed the atmosphere.
Yeah, like,
You shouldn't open a restaurant.
Choices in the apocalypse than it
I
did.
don't know if it's the meat you want.
Apocalypse soup.
Apocalypse soup. It is path. You never know what's in it. So you politely refuse the soup, and she takes out a spoon and helps herself. And she looks up at you and says, "Are you here for the bounty?" And you reply, "Yes, but tell me why they're looking for you." And she sighs and says, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you. All I can say is that I need to stay alive and I need to stay in the wild. Humanity depends on it." Next to where she is sitting is a medium-sized wooden box, and you watch it in the flickering firelight. Did it just move? You clear your throat and say, "Well, I either have to bring you back in or pay off my tab at the saloon. What do you suggest?" She pulls out her coin bag and counts out 500 gold coins, and she holds them out to you. "This is yours if you just walk away." You reach out to take the money, but you freeze when the box jumps. Your eyes go to the box, and her eyes flick to the box and then flick back to you. Take the money and be on your way, traveler. You're going to open the box, or you're going to take the money and go?
I hate to not be interesting, but I came for the money, so I'll see you.
He's like, you're not fooling me, Laurie. You're not. Yeah, everybody opens the box, so I'm surprised.
Hey, it could be your boyfriend's head. I don't really care. I came for money. I can pay off my tab. I'm good to go.
So, a little too on the nose there. You take the money from Jane's hand and the box quivers. You ask, "What's in the box?" And she replies, "Your worst nightmare. Go now while you still can." You turn and shove the coins in your pocket and start walking back east towards the saloon. And when you're 20 feet away, you hear the box creak in a small voice. "Mama?" Jane replies, "Misha, go back to sleep, my love." And you look back at the camp where Jane is cradling the box, rocking back and forth in the firelight, humming a lullaby. Shake your head in disbelief and keep going, hoping you never find out what is in that box. And you're going to go to page 29. Ooh, you just skirted calamity. All right. So the saloon lights are on. Music playing. What's that?
I are not as stupid as I look.
I think Fish is determined to win. I don't know.
Fish has a very strong desire to live.
To continue having a heartbeat, yes. You empty the rocks from inside one of your shoes. Are they Petoskey? I'm just curious. And head into to let the barkeep know of your exciting and death-defying success. The door opens and there's no one inside. No barkeep, no patrons, no one. On the bar is a single piece of paper, "Help," written in blood. So you have some options. You're going to turn around and retreat back out the front door like you didn't see anything. I didn't see, nothing happened. Are you going to search for clues behind the bar? Or are you going to run out the back door to see which way they went?
I'm turning to page 30.
You're going to be, "I didn't see anything."
Hey, I didn't. There's nobody in there. I have nobody to pay my money to. That is my only responsibility.
Hey, at least you get to keep the 500. So you run out the front door and decide this is not what you bargained for, having narrowly escaped death multiple times, only to come back and find another crisis. Can't you just move on with your life? No, it's just your luck. You find another bloody mess. You slowly back up towards the door and rush out the way you came in, only to find that you are surrounded by a group of bandits. Dang it. There are 15 people dressed as Carls, dressed in cowboy hats, chaps, gun belts, and boots. You stop in your tracks, and the leader yells, "Freeze! Or we're going to shoot you." Throw your weapons to the ground and empty your pockets. You have two options. You're going to fight them even though you are going to lose, or surrender immediately because you're yellow.
Didn't Laurie, you always took the page 33 in our game.
We're really good at running into all the groups of people, and Dash is like, "Shoot him," and I was like, "Wait."
Always.
That $500 is hard to let go of.
What? You gonna fight?
I don't.
All right, 34.
You're gonna surrender.
Yeah, like I said, strong survival instincts.
Surrender. Do, 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 do. You toss your weapons on the ground and empty all your pockets, and it takes a while because you have 11 pockets. They stare in awe as pocket lint, button, bullets, receipts, coins, finger bones, dog food, and a troll doll fall into the dust. The leader states, "Time up," and they do. And once you are secure, he covers your mouth with a rag that smells of chemicals, and you submit to the darkness crowding your vision. You fade into consciousness briefly as they drag you east. Your arms and legs are tied together, and the dirty rag has been shoved so far down your throat you gag. The leader turns to you and says, "Good morning, sunshine. Don't vomit on that rag or you're going to die a lot sooner than planned." And you pass out again. You come into a wooded area and see tents and fires in all directions. There are 20 fires and 200 bandits. "Where am I?" "At the crossroads," answers an anonymous bandit. Now, if y'all have read issue 6, you're at the place in issue 6. They drag you to a large canvas tent and plop you in front of a man dressed in all black. And he poses a question to you: live and suffer the consequences, or die and join us? You gonna stay alive, Fish, or are you gonna die but join the bandits?
I'm picking 38.
You gonna stay alive. Oh, you're getting close. You think it's over and decide you're not ready to give up your heartbeat. You look at the man in black and his mottled gray eyes and say, "I will remain living. Suit yourself," is his response. 2 undead bandits grab you by your arms and walk you through the back of the tent and back outside. There are 2 tables manned by shifty-looking characters. One is dressed from head to toe in leather, multiple guns hanging from his hips while he twirls a taser in his hand. He tips his hat up from his eyes and looks you up and down as you are escorted from the tent. The other man is more interested in a bowl of soup and doesn't even look up at you. He is very dirty, all exposed skin covered in a fine layer of black dust. He has goggles and a bandana hanging from his throat. One of the bandits shoves you forward and says, "This sorry bag of meat chose to live." Both men look at you, appraising your body, while you feel naked and while fully clothed. Leatherman states, "Well, I'll take him. We could always use a fighter." And the other man states, "We can take him in the mines too. Looks sturdy enough." Will you become a mind slinger or I love it. Mind slinger. You can go both. Choose both.
There we go.
You can become a gunslinger or you can go work the mines.
I will become a gunslinger.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sequel to Minecraft noted.
Mineslinger. Sounds cool. So like the gunslinger and following the man in black? No, in the desert. All right, you become a gunslinger. The man in leather outfit and cowboy hat ties a rope to your bonds, hops on his horse. Says, "Keep up or Bess will drag you the rest of the way." And he mutters before giving the nag a curt kick, and off you all go. The horse keeps a slow and steady pace, heading towards a town a few miles in the distance. It's honestly not too bad of a pace, and you keep up with no problem. Once you're in the town, you notice everything is built around the main dirt road. There are people on both sides of the road waiting for something in anticipation. The crowd watches as two gunslingers walk up to a wooden table on the side of the road, and they roll dice, 2 6-sided dice each. One rolls a 2, the other a 9. The gunslinger who rolls the 9 takes first pick of the weapons, and he chose a single revolver. The other chooses a sawed-off shotgun. They stride to the yard, wait until the clock strikes 12, and bang! The gunslinger with the revolver shoots his opponent right between the eyes. He falls down dead and stays down for a good 60 seconds before coming out of his death sickness. The crowd cheers, and the standing gunslinger walks back to the table. The leather man pushes you forward and says, "Roll the dice, pilgrim. You're going to roll a 1 or a 7, Fish."
I get to pick what I roll.
You're going to roll a dice. You get to make a choice here.
I roll 7.
Roll a 7. Turn to page 45. Ooh, live to roll again. Let's see. You walk up to the table, pick up the dice, and roll a 3 and a 4. Not a bad roll. Your opponent rolls a 3 and a 2, totaling a 5. Lucky number 7, says the old timer behind the table, and he holds out your weapon options in front of you. There is a machete and a rifle. What a choice. What you choosing? Rifle or machete?
I'm going to choose the machete.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Which one? 50.
Machete.
You still got another choice. You're still in it, though. All right, you pick up the machete and you think to yourself, lucky number 7, lucky. And you take 20 paces away from your opponent, turn and face down the barrel of a bolt-action rifle. The clock chimes and you take off and you sprint forward in an erratic pattern back and forth, and your opponent is taking their time lining up their shot and takes a deep breath. You know that they are going to pull the trigger, so you change directions and roll. Don't you love how flexible you are, Fish?
I am.
The bullet explodes the dirt next to you, but you are unharmed. Get up, back to your feet, and you run full on in a straight line as they panic and try to reload. You swing with all your force, and a scream fills the plaza. The crowd cheers as your opponent falls to their knees, and the rifle and their right arm separate from the rest of their body. "Yields," they cry, and you turn to the mob. They boo and give you a thumbs down and chant, "Head, head, head, head." Are you going to slice off his head, or are you going to allow your opponent to yield?
Goes against everything in my being, but I'm going to allow him to yield.
You're going to allow him to yield. I hope you guys in the chat are having fun. You're kind of quiet, but I know you're there. What would you do? Would you chop his head off, or would you allow him to yield? Oh.
I would take his head off because I'm not having anybody come back after me with a grudge later. Or at least not in one piece. I'm going to make
the opponent yield. You stand back and face the crowd, shaking your head. "Are you not entertained?" You bellow at them. They stop shouting and look at you confused. "Is there not enough dismemberment and destruction in the waste? Why not change our perspective and offer mercy?" The crowd stares silently back at you, and one finally chimes in, "Mercy!" And then another, "Mercy!" Till the chant becomes infectious, and they're all cheering, "Mercy, mercy, mercy." You raise your machete towards the sun, you stab it into the sand, and you walk towards the crowd. They pick you up on their shoulders and carry you into the saloon, patting you on the back and buying you a line of drinks. Music plays, and they dance and party the night away. The man in leather sits next to you, leaning in. That was ballsy, but it worked. What do you think? Do you want to take on the mantle of mercy? You smile into your mug and nod. Yeah, that seems fitting. Well, it's not like I can make Mercy fight every week, so you're welcome to go. I've made so much on this fight tonight, it will keep me fed for months. Word of mouth will keep people headed our way for eternity. And you nod and take a sip of your beer. Well, Mercy, I hope to see you around in the wasteland. Congratulations. Our very first person got all the way through and is now Mercy in the wasteland. You pack your bags and head out to the wasteland to start a new adventure, but leave your old persona behind. You are now Mercy, and a new urban legend is passed like wildfire from town to town about the pilgrim who fought for their life, had their opponent's eternity in the palm of their hand, and let them remain living. In this harsh world, you are a rarity. Are you just what this wasteland needs? The end.
Yay!
Congratulations. You'll be receiving a golden BJ. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Best name in the world.
Because that's how we roll here. Dash was so close last time. He did that almost exact path and then got to the rifle or machete. And then
I took the rifle.
Yeah.
I took the rifle.
Chris has a thing pop up, but he popped out. He hopefully will pop back in when he's available. Who would like to go next? I want to see some death and destruction. We got to see the safe path, but let's pick some death and destruction.
I think
Matt?
that's Lou's path, because I can tell you right now, I was like, okay, Fish shows this, what would I have done? And me and Fish were right down the same path.
Well, you're not allowed to choose Jane Doe, is what I gotta say.
So I think Lou needs to go, because Lou, I feel like, is going to become somebody that's just going to be lopping off heads and all kinds of fun stuff.
What kind of a reputation do I have? My God.
I have no idea. We're just I'm making one up for you. I've never met you before, Lou, so I'm trying to make up a persona for you on the spot. I'm playing choose your own adventure between the panelists on this panel.
Very nice.
Lou is going to be the gunslinger. That's the path I've chosen for you.
This is why we have the RPG game as well, is because with the book, it's like, again, you only get so many options. There's a lot of things that you can choose, but it's like, if you want a katana, you can do that in the RPG. Do you want to blow? What did Nem do? Nem named himself Feo Taco. And he picked up a severed hand that he uses in battle, and it shoots guns for him.
It's called Gladys.
Gladys. Yeah. So RPG is always a blast too. All right, Lou, you're in the canteen. You know the drill. You're gonna drink the drink. You're gonna refuse the drink and walk over to the well of bounties.
Whichever one is going to be the most dramatic, I suppose. I've been sacrificed, so let's take the hard path. I mean, I don't know.
No, you make a choice. I can't make it for you because I know which way it's going to go.
All right, hold on. Give me the three choices again. I'm wrangling kittens as well here. Well, just one, but yeah.
Hey. Hi, kitty.
Where are we going to go, Jasper?
That too. Right now, your choice is you've sat at the bar in the saloon. You have 10 silver pieces, which is not a lot. The barkeep puts a mug in front of you. Are you going to drink it, or are you going to pass and go to the bounty board?
I'm teetotal. I don't drink.
So we're going to the bounty board. Page 3. All right. So
it's like no questions. Teetotal. That's me. No, I don't drink.
All right. So we just did Jane Doe. So, well, you can do Jane Doe if you want to. Just make different choices than Fish. Or you can go after the Skinner. The Skinner is definitely undead, but he has the highest reward. And you can bring him in any condition because he's already undead anyway. You can go to Jane Doe again. And again, she's presumed alive. She has that creepy box with something in it. Or you can go try to bring in some feral dogs. You get $25 for every head you bring in.
You said the Skinner's more money.
Skinner's more money.
I'm a high roller.
More risk is more money. You want to go with the Skinner?
Let's go. Yeah. Skinner.
All right. You choose the bounty of the Skinner. This seems like your style. Big payoff and no stipulations on the condition of return. You bring the paper back and hand to the barkeep, and he says, "This seems like your first bounty. Do you want to buy any weapons? I know you ain't got any money, you can just take it off your reward when you get back, if you get back. So you have the opportunity to buy a rifle, a taser, or no, I'm good. I got a pocket knife."
I'm going to go with the taser because I feel like if I went for the shotgun and I had to use it, he's already in bits to begin with, because the condition's not really an issue here, but I want at least to have something to bring back.
Yes.
So I'll go for the taser.
Smart.
Maybe just fry him a bit, might crisp him up a bit to bring him
tasers
back.
are what you use on the undead. So exactly, because bullets don't do anything. So good choice.
Right, but I feel like it'll just be less of him to bring back, right? So I want to keep it in one piece.
Yeah, if you only bring back an eyeball, I don't think they're going to give you the full.
You'd have to be a lot more accurate with bullets, because like taking out a joint is still going to like make that arm useless or leg useless.
Right.
Like it's going to have an effect, but you got to be a much better hit than just like say hit the torso and somebody dies. Like that's not going to.
So this is the problem Dash and I are currently having in our battle with the Carls, because you can shoot them, but then they can still shoot you back. So it's like, okay, shoot them in the joint, shoot them in the eyeball. I don't know. We're trying to get it so they can shoot back. And the RPG, it's tough. That's why this world is so hard.
Listen, yeah, I at least I got a horse.
Yeah, he stole someone's horse, and I'm currently on fire. So we're gonna hopefully resolve that tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. So you head west. You see another tumbleweed. The sun's going down. You see a fire not too far, maybe like a half a mile. The Skinner is a lone figure dressed in Western apparel, boots, jeans, 2 revolvers, large knife, long sleeves, gloves, bandana-covered face, sunglasses, and a large hat. He's completely covered. So he stares into the fire, unaware of your approach at this moment. So you have a taser. Do you sneak up and taser him in the back, or you're going to try and talk to him hoping he won't immediately kill you?
Well, first off, I used to walk this area that I live in with a taser, because it sounds like a few people who live around here. Now, normally in the real world, I'd be like, not just going jabbing people with tasers, right? But I'm there for the Skinner, so I'm just jabbing him. I don't want a conversation with him. I want the Skinner money. So I want to get a head start. I'm not there for the conversation. I'm there for the action, guaranteed.
Skinner money.
Skinner money.
Gotta have that Skinner money. The Skinner stares at you and stares into the
High
fire
roller.
as you pull out the taser and approach, and your footsteps crunch ever so slightly in the dirt. Your heart beats faster, and you do your best to control your breathing as you step closer, closer. He lifts his head ever so slightly. You freeze and hold your breath. And he stands and he puts another log on the fire and sits back down. You exhale as quietly as possible and try to swallow your own panic. You inch closer and raise the taser. And finally, when you are convinced you are in range, you pull the trigger. And the taser clicks and fires twin electrodes, and the Skinner dances with 50,000 volts of electricity and falls forward into the fire, his hat falling to the side. You freeze for a second as you watch the body light on fire. Remember, you have to bring in proof that you completed the bounty. So you run up, grab both of his feet, and pull him out of the fire. You do a quick search and find a blanket to smother the fire out. And when you take the blanket off, you cover your nose to lessen the smell of burnt flesh. The sight of his body is frightening. His face is a horror show. The eye sockets are empty, and the skin of his face stops just below his nose. His exposed teeth seem to give a permanent grin. The body twitches. Okay, you say out loud and yank out the belt from of his pants, toss all his weapons to the dirt, and roll the body tightly into the blanket. You take his belt and cinch his hands tight around his waist, and take your belt, cinch his legs just below the knees. The Skinner croaks, "You'll regret this." You jump because, I'm sorry, how can this thing talk? You reply, "The bounty on your head says otherwise." and you cover his face with the blanket. You search his belongings, claiming revolvers and the knife as your own. You scoop up the fallen hat and shove it on your hat. Wouldn't that be a trophy? That'd be a cool trophy, the Skinner's hat. Look, it looks like I'm the Skinner now. He tries to say something, but you cram the blanket into his mouth. You awkwardly drag him back to the saloon, heading east as the sun rises. Bravo! Because nobody beats the Skinner.
There you go.
Yeah, they're putting you to shame. The last session we had, everybody died in like 3 seconds, and it was glorious.
Listen.
Like I say, I walk this area. That sounds like exactly the people I come across, and I handle that on a daily basis. So I'm a high roller.
Lou, I want you with me in the apocalypse then, man.
Right?
Skinner is nothing to sneeze at. All right, so you made it back to the saloon. You empty the rocks, and I still think they're Petoskey's from your shoes. You go on in. There's no barkeep, no patron, just a single piece of paper, help, written in blood. So your options are turn around, retreat out the back door like you didn't see anything, search for clues behind the bar, or run out the back door and see which way they went.
Is there any money in this for me?
No, unfortunately, you weren't able to collect the bounty for the Skinner because the barkeep is gone. So,
well, he's of no use because he sounds like he's the one that's needing the help right now. But like, I think he's gone.
It's just like a sack of bones outside and wrapped up in a carpet, pretty much.
Yeah, he's not paying me for anything. I'm out of there. I've once been, twice shy. I'm out.
We going out the front door, out the back door? Where are you going?
The easy one.
You pick it.
The way I came in, I'm out of there.
All right, so you're going to go back out the front door?
Yeah.
That's the way Fish went.
She doesn't know that. She wasn't there.
Fish was here, or Lou was here when you ran yours.
I'm saying, this is a whole different experience.
All right, so we're going to page 30. So you go out the front door, and unfortunately, there's all those bandits. They're still there. Can't you just move on? There's 15 people dressed in head-to-toe cowboy hats, chaps, gun belts, and boots.
The Carl.
Stop in your tracks, and they say, freeze, or we're going to shoot you. Throw your weapons to the ground and empty your pockets. So, Fish surrendered. Would you like to fight them, even though you're going to lose?
Well, that's a crazy ass question.
That's your choice. You're if you fight them, you're 100% going to lose. You're by yourself, and all you got is that sack of the Skinner on the ground, which he isn't going to do anything for you. So you're going to lose, or you can surrender.
Well, I don't even know why I'm still carrying the Skinner around, to be honest, because no one's going to pay me for that anymore. I'm done. At this point,
he's just on the ground wiggling around because he's
at this point, I'm like, right. I'm like, I'm good. What do you all got to offer me? Because this one didn't work out. I need another side quest, so I want to see what they're that. Like, what do you got?
Right. So, are you going to surrender and try to join him then?
I'm joining them. It's all for me. This.
You only got 2 choices here, Lou.
I'll surrender.
Right.
I'll take my chances to survive with these crazies.
Okay. So we're in the same place. You're in the tent in the bandit camp. There's 200 guys here. And they plop you down in front of the man in black. And he says, live and suffer the consequences or die and join us.
Suffer the consequences. It depends what they are. I've lived with some consequences. I've managed it. I've been like, well, this is it, right? This is what I get. But it depends on the level. I don't know about this one. I don't know, man. You said there's 200?
There, what?
There's
200.
There's 200 bandits there.
200 bandits. And do they want me to join them?
You You have to die in order to join them because they're all undead.
So my choices are to be.
Choices
are. Well, look, I'm going to try my best to keep living because either way, I'm going to be dead. So I'm consequences, whatever the life option was, I'll take that one. I'm going to be dead anyway.
You're so attached to your mortality. I wonder why.
Well, you only get it for so long. You might as well get as much as you can.
Aren't you curious about what happens when you become undead? Join the other
I'll find out eventually.
Okay, so now you're in the same position that Fish was. You got 2 tables to choose from. You can go forward and become a gunslinger, or you can go work the mines. Technically, you get to keep your heartbeat for either one of those paths, but you just don't know for how long. Matt's over here.
Well, the mine sounds the mine's a bit claustrophobic sounding. I'm gonna go with the gunslinging. It sounds more exciting because either way, it doesn't sound like I got much time.
All right, you make it up to the table. You just saw someone get blown away, and you're immediately up next.
Oh, lovely.
You go to the table and you pick up the dice, and you gotta roll, Pilgrim. Roll, Pilgrim. I can't talk today. Roll those dice. You're gonna roll a 1 or a 7.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay. Well, if you read it though, the one who rolls the higher number gets to choose the weapon first. And if you roll, I'm not gonna say. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
High numbers. I'll go the high number, the 7.
Rolling a 7.
Yeah, I said I'm a high roller. I got to stick with that.
Now you're gonna choose the rifle or a machete. So you walk up to the table, you pick up the dice, you roll a 3 and a 4, not bad. Your opponent rolls a 3 and a 2 with the 5. So lucky number 7, he says, and he holds out your weapon choices. There's a machete and a rifle. What you choosing?
I'm gonna have to. I've got to go for the machete because that's what I use here.
I'm gonna call BS on you, Lou. This is exactly what Fish just did.
So that's exactly my same reasoning.
I've got a rifle.
Machete. That's what I would pick anyway.
Right, really? I've got a rifle, but I've got the guns. Like in reality, I've got those. But when it comes down to it, I'm grabbing the nearest stick. I'm grabbing the nearest knife. And I'm grabbing the nearest machete because I do have an option of nearest machetes, which is pretty good. So I'm going for the machetes.
All right.
I'm not very good with guns.
All right. Then they're going to scream at you. Ah, you're lucky. He goes to shoot you. He misses. He shoots the ground. You get to slice off his arm. And you make the choice right here, right now. Are you going to let him survive? You're going to let them yield, or you're going to chop off their head? Chop, chop, chop.
I'm just chopping, and that's it. Right. I'm just chopping.
Chris was here. He had a student issue come up. He said he had to go talk to them. He may or may not be back. I'm not sure what's going on. We are going to page 53. You also get one of these golden BJs. So, I'm so surprised. All right, but you are now mortalized as something else. So the crowd is cheering and booing and all riled up and expecting gratuitous violence. And you, wanting to be in good favor, comply with their demands. You set your feet, you swing the blade horizontally and execute the perfect cut. The blade rings true and your opponent screams as their head is removed from their body. The head falls to the right, the body to the left, along with the rifle and arm that was previously removed. And the crowd goes wild and cheers. They come and pick you up from your feet and carry you to the saloon, chanting, "Chopper, chopper, chopper." And the barkeep slams a drink in front of you and says, "Well, you've had quite a day. This is on the house, Chopper." You marvel at the fact that your journey started with a beer in the saloon, and here you are again in quite different circumstances. People take turns buying you drinks and patting you on the back. and the Leatherman approaches. Well, that was certainly some show you put on. How you feel about staying on and being the main event? You think about it and say, Chopper feels right. I'll stay a while. It suits me. And you have been immortalized as the Chopper.
Hold on, I got a question though. That guy who gave me a drink at the end, was he the same one who owed me the money for the Skinner? Because he's
no, you're in a completely different saloon.
All right.
You're like, you owe me money. Give me my money. Give me my money. You're like, no,
take it up with the partner. You got to pay me, man. The other dude.
Yeah, he's like, I got a mustache in that bar. I'm completely different without my mustache. So
just making sure. All right.
The name,
you can't recognize me.
The Chopper suits you, and a new urban legend is born this night. You spend the rest of your years fighting the main event in town, rolling dice and risking your body for the cheering of the crowd. You put on a show, and at the end of each fight by chopping your opponent to bits. Yay. Eventually, you earn your freedom and head back into the wasteland for another adventure, your trusty machete at your side. What will you encounter next? The end.
Hey.
I knew Lou was going to come in for us and give us some carnage. See, Lou, you've done well.
What I've learned about
you
this
come to Big Chopper. Word up.
Now, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm currently playing Mercy in the Wasteland in the RPG game. So, like, that's a character that's been fleshed out. She is in the main story.
Yeah.
And so is the Chopper. And so is the Skinner. Jude St. Clair just hasn't met them yet. And so the fun part about reading this is that when you get later on in the story and you meet these characters, you have some insight where the casual reader does not. You know what I mean? So when they're like, Jude's like, hey, that guy, I think is what? His name is the Skinner. And you're like, fucking run. Like, don't talk to that guy.
Chase him into the fire.
Like,
don't talk to him unless you're the Chopper.
Yeah.
What I've learned about this episode, there's no murder hobos like me.
I know. Dash, you want to show them how it's done?
Yeah.
I don't know. You want Matt to go or
no? Let Matt go first.
Okay, Matt hasn't gone before. All right, Matt. You're
all right. So some of my stuff is going to be similar to Fish, but I'm going to try to take some other choices just to make it more fun. So okay. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm not going to lose this thing because I'm probably going to be a little more sympathetic. But I mean, I'll let Lou be the Chopper over there. But let's see where we go from here.
All right, Matt. Are you going to drink this drink? No questions asked. Or are you walking over those bounties?
I'm going to the bounties. I don't drink.
What's wrong with you guys?
Me too. You're dead.
Dude, you listen, if I was to drink like one sip of that, I'd be on the floor completely freaking drunk.
There is a way to die on page 4, by the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just saying.
You can bring all the sober people into a bar. Nah.
I'm like, you guys are boring. Drink the drink and see what happens. Nah.
So I'll pick the feral dogs here only because everybody else picked the other ones. That way the path goes a little different.
Gotcha.
So I'll take the feral dogs.
So we're going feral dogs. Turn to page 8. All right.
No, real choice is do you go with just the pocket knife?
I forget. No, of course, when I wrote this, each bounty, there's 3 choices here. And there's only 2 obviously will lead to your untimely death, and 1 is the success. Now, Jane Doe and Skinner, I remember. I don't remember which one's the winner on this one. So.
Oh boy. Okay. Great.
So, but do you want to purchase a rifle, a taser, or I got a pocket knife? I'm good.
I sure as hell want to purchase a rifle.
Got it. So rifle it is. Barkeep looks you in the eye, says, get going. This bounty isn't going to catch itself. And you ask which way to go, and the answer is always go west. You see a wild hair, tumbleweed, another tumbleweed. It's the Americana West. That's what you see. Although the West is pretty dangerous at night, you see a fire in the distance, not too far, maybe half a mile farther. As you approach, there's a woman lying on the ground, apparently sleeping. You scan the horizon and you don't see any movement. You hear dirt scratching and you look back at the woman. She has rolled over in her sleep. Just past her, you see a pair of red eyes. And then another appears. And another. So you have the option with the rifle, pull the rifle and shoot the animals, or pull your knife and run screaming into camp, hoping to scare the animals away.
I guess I'm gonna lose this thing. I'm gonna get the rifle. I'm gonna start creating carnage.
So page 19. I don't remember. Did we do this one, Dash? I know we did.
We did. Yeah, we did. I think Pops ran through the feral dogs.
You discharge your rifle and at the glowing eyes, and the one directly behind the woman goes down, and the other two scatter. She is now awake and cringing on the ground as you run into camp, and she screams, "What the hell is going on?" And you cry, "Feral dogs attacking your camp!" Good job, Matt. You're so helpful. As you fire at the second dog, and it goes down. The first dog is trying to get back up. You turn up with your knife and slit its throat, and the third dog howls and stalks into the firelight. You aim your rifle and growl, "You're next, dog," and pull the trigger, and the rifle clicks. Nothing happens. Your first dog is still bleeding out. The second one is back on its feet and is moving towards your back. The third dog is taking slow, determined steps towards you. You swing your rifle at the third dog. It is not deterred. Shots ring out behind you. The woman has pulled out 2 revolvers and shot both the remaining dogs in the head directly between the eyes. And she says, "You saved my life. Thank you." She pulls out the machete and hands it to you. And then you walk to each dog and remove its head from its body. Is that cats?
Yes.
We
all know we're like, that's a cat.
Or feral dogs.
Feral dogs I have detested the removal of their heads.
Yeah, I gotta go and check on what that was.
Okay.
Hold on.
Matt, you say, "I'm working a bounty on feral dogs. You want to come with me and split the adventure?" And she blushes and winks at you. "Sure, I'm up for an adventure." Or split the reward. And she packs up her few belongings, offering you a blanket with which you wrap up the dogs' heads. They snap and they twitch and snap their teeth at you. "What's your name?" you ask. And she looks up at you and says, "May." And the two of you make small talk as you head east and come up to the saloon as the sun is rising. Dash, can you believe this?
No.
Based off of my many run-throughs, I'm so impressed with you three have figured out the way through each of these bounties. Wow.
I'm sad.
I know. I'm like, open the box.
Open the box.
All right, Matt, you're back in the saloon. There's nobody there. May, unfortunately, did not follow you into the saloon. Poof, she is gone immediately. So sad. There is a piece of paper with "help" written in blood. Are you gonna go out the front door? You're gonna go out the back door to see if you can still see them, or are you gonna search for clues behind the bar?
Well, seeing as how everybody else turned and went out the front door, we'll do something different. I'll go out the back door and see where they went.
You're gonna go out the back door.
Yeah, why not? Just to see something different.
You're like, "Now I'm Mercy Ma'am." All right, you head out the back door and look around. There's no one in sight. The drama must have unfolded overnight while you were out running around. The wind blows a tumbleweed across your path. Damn it. The dirt on the ground has been trampled with blood splatters drying in the area. Something pretty large was dragged east. However, footprints going that way have a distinct outline of boots. Oh, I said however in the wrong place. However, there is a lone set of footprints heading west. The shape of these prints are vaguely familiar, and you realize these are imprints of bones heading out to the waist. So, are you going to follow the bloody trail east? It has boot marks and they're dragging something heavy. Or are you going to follow the one skeletal set of footprints going west?
I'm not stupid. I'm not following no reanimated skeleton, so I'm going 36.
Come on! All right, you're going east. 36.
Go west.
You
young
are
man.
also in the band of bandits. You follow the trail east, wild of whatever it is, beginning to drag east, and you notice quite a few set of boot prints in the dirt. They are still fresh, and you follow the path for another 4 hours until you can see figures ahead. They are paused around a fire cooking something. Oh, this is not the same one, is it? Yes, it is. You approach casually and see that there are 6 men around a fire and 3 tied up on the ground. One of those on the ground is the barkeep. He owes me money. He looks at you with pleading eyes, but his mouth is gagged. Hey, fellers, you say in a calm voice. They all turn to you and pull out their weapons, and you raise your hands, but you don't run. How much for the one in the middle with the white hair? I'd like to buy him off you. Not for sale, one of the men mutters, and he takes a small pouch out of his pocket. No, I have 100 gold if you're interested. You take out your empty money pouch and hope that they can't tell the difference. Why are you so interested in the fat one, if you don't mind me asking? The man with the pouch has centered himself in front of you. Because I is all you manage to get out before he launches the pouch out of his hand and into your forehead, knocking you out cold. When you wake up, there's an undead man in all black posing the question, do you want to live or die and join us? So you are now at the same place.
Dang it! I gotta choose to live because I can't arbitrarily be like, just kill me.
Okay. You're gonna go be a gunslinger too? Or are you
I have no choice. I have no choice.
You have no choice? You don't want to go to the mines?
Hell no, I don't want to go to the dang mines.
Who wants to go to the mines? All right, we're going to be a gunslinger.
Everybody's scared of a hard day's work. That's all it is.
Dash, it's all on you to pick all the grisly deaths.
I'm gonna pick the grisly death.
Okay, the man in the leather outfit and cowboy tags a rope to your bonds. He's dragging you to town. You see a gun fight, and now you're next. You're going to roll a 1 or a 7?
I'm rolling the 7.
You guys. Rifle or machete?
I'll go rifle.
You're going to go rifle.
Yeah, I'll go rifle.
All right.
That's my man right there. Way to go.
All right. That's where Dash got to, yeah. All right, you pick up the rifle and an old timer says 20 paces, and you start walking the distance and smile smugly since you know this is all going in your favor. You have the distance weapon. All you need to do is aim true and pull that trigger to win. You start with the rifle in both hands, but not aimed. The clock chimes. You lift the weapon to your shoulder and look down the sights, and your opponent is running towards you as fast as they can. You take a deep breath and pull the trigger, but your opponent has switched directions and rolled across the road. They are swift and get back to their feet before you have it's fish. You're fighting fish is what's happening. They're halfway through you, machete swinging away as they pump their arms at their sides, and you panic and fumble the rifle, sliding the bolt handle only part way. The casing ejects, but you need to reload. They are gaining on you. You take steps backwards as you reach into your pocket looking for a bullet. You find one, slip it into the chamber, and your opponent is upon you and slashes the blade down with all of their might. The rifle hits the ground as your arm comes off your shoulder with a scream. The force of the blow takes you to your I love it. Takes you to your knees in the dirt. You look up and put both your left hand out. You look up and put your left hand out as your opponent swings again, and you realize your head hits the ground separately from your body.
Boom.
Dang it! You got so far.
Freaking fish.
This is only because they chose the other 2 options already. So I appreciate you taking a different path.
Freaking fish. I'll remember this.
We appreciate the sacrifice.
Fish. Well, technically, it's Lou, because Lou was the chopper. That one chops your head off, and that's the chopper.
Freaking Lou.
Y'all ain't seen sacrifice yet.
Yeah, Dash is like, I'll show you. This is how you play this game. We're going to die 12 times.
I offer myself as tribute.
I appreciate that, Matt. It was a good run. All right, Dash. Show them how it's done.
Cool. Let me have a little bit of that drink.
All right. So you.
I didn't do that last time. I didn't take the drink last time. I was right there with you, Matt, on the last time.
So this is an opportunity to die real quick. So your canteen is empty and you are parched. You decide to slam the drink in front of you and you exclaim loudly, if you didn't notice. You slam the mug back on the counter and everyone at the bar just looks over at you. And the barkeep saunters over and says, that'll be 25 silver. You shake your money pouch out onto the counter and manage a weak smile as you count to 10 and no more. You shrug your shoulders and say, can I wash dishes? The barkeep glowers and said, do a bounty to pay for your tab, or you can join the protection caravan. And either way, you owe me. You're going to check the bounties? No, because we just did them all. You could join the protection caravan, or you can dash out the door.
Yeah, I am. I know where I already. Oh, let's let's join the protection program.
All right. Just so everybody knows, if you dash out the door, this is one of my favorite things, is you become Swiss cheese. The barkeep shoots you in the back and then shoots you in the face and removes your memory from all time. So don't dine and dash. It's a bad thing to do.
No dine and dash.
Protection caravan.
But you can talk to Dash because he likes that.
All right, a caravan of 3 people are outside. They have a pack mule heavily laden with milk, water, and grain. One of the men greets you and says, another deadbeat to join us. You have any skills? And you reply, 1 or 2. Mostly I just stab things. And he replies, well, let's hope you don't have to do much of that on this trip. We're just taking supplies over to the free zone. Free zone, you ask? Free of deads and desperate enough to pay top dollar for this haul. Let's get going. The first 5 hours are pretty uneventful. You see a tumbleweed, a wild hare, a hawk, and more tumbleweeds. The terrain is flat, but ahead of your caravan is a wide cliff. Technically, I should make it a ravine. It's a ravine. Hey, Andrea. We're playing the Choose Your Own Path book. So there was a bridge that had rotted away long ago. But you look over at the head guy and he says, we have to go down this side of the cliff. There's a path. Hope you're not afraid of heights. The mule seems to have done this 100 times because it doesn't slow when it gets to the narrow path that winds back and forth to the bottom of the cliff. Once you reach the bottom, a small ravine flows around some sharp rocks. It's easy to cross because the water is so low. A sound of crumbling rock can be heard from around the bend. You look that direction, but nothing comes around the corner. An identically treacherous path is on the other side of the cliff heading back up. The crew makes small talk as they ascend, just like it's another Tuesday. And when you climb back to ground level, unfortunately, you're no longer alone. There's a group of 10 bandits covered from head to toe in Western apparel and knives drawn. You look them over head to foot, but you cannot tell if they're alive or undead. You have 3 choices. You're going to head back down the ravine. You're going to pull your knife and stab the bitches. Or abandon the caravan and flee. So you're going forward, not back down the ravine.
Well, you know what old Chad Windsor would do at a time.
You just start shooting. But you don't have a gun.
I don't have a gun. So I'm going to stab the bitches.
Stab the bitches.
Bitches, let's go.
Bitch head.
I know.
Yeah, we haven't done this one yet. Okay, so you pull your knife and prepare for battle. You quickly assess the situation and you decide that the bandits are alive or the bandits are undead.
Oh, that's a heck of a choice to get to make.
We didn't get this far on this one last time. So.
No, this is a different one we didn't even have the option to do.
Bandits alive, bandits dead, bandits. Let's go. Bandits are alive.
Bandits are alive.
22.
On page 22.
Come on, baby. This is not roll 20. This is not roll 20. I don't get a 1 on this.
Ooh, you survive. All right, so you have a spectacular knife fight with the bandits. I don't know how you did this, but you and the caravan members have not only fought off the bandits, you managed to stab the leader a few good times, and he is unconsciously bleeding out into the desert sand. You scream, "You yellow-bellied chicken shit," said a few members that run into the desert. The caravan leader looks at you and says, "You weren't kidding. You stab and slash with the best and pats you on the back. Everyone packs up any fallen goods, takes a sip of water, and keeps heading towards the town. The free zone graciously accepts you into their gate. They check you for a heartbeat and pay everyone accordingly. You spend the night there drinking for free, listening to live music, and sleeping like a rock in an actual bed. In the morning, the caravan wakes you. You have a quick breakfast of toast and coffee and pack up for the journey home. More tumbleweeds. Actually, you see nothing but tumbleweeds and are quite thankful for it. When the group gets back to the ravine, a bloody puddle reminds you of the deadly encounter, but the bandit leader is gone. Footprints lead towards the ravine and then disappear. You look around, but you don't see anyone on the other side, so you get to return to the saloon. Congratulations. That was the right one. Fun fact, if you run, where is it?
I know where. I know.
This is what the Skinner looks like, by the way. He's scary.
Oh.
And then
you go back down the ravine.
There it is. Well, if you go back down the ravine, you find Big James. If you run, you walk into this patch of green stuff that you thought was grass, and it's actually a giant swarm of locusts, and they smother you to death. It's great.
I mean, that would have been glorious. James or the locust would have been glorious for me. I don't care. I'm still gonna hug James one of these days.
That sounds like a demented kid.
A Big James.
Found James. He got eaten by Big James in a glorious death. He enjoyed it. Okay, so you're back at the saloon. You're gonna go. Which way are you going? Out the front door? Out the back door? You're gonna search for clues?
Search for clues.
Search for clues. Page 31. I don't remember what I did here.
Just call me Fred.
You decide to look for information before running out the door. Your prudence has rewarded you with a cache full of weapons. I'm so mean. You find a taser, a revolver with 6 bullets, and a machete. Score! You add all the new weapons to your person and turn around to survey the damage in the saloon. It appears whomever caused this ruckus walked in the front door, but the back door is cracked open. You come out from behind the bar to get a better look, and there is a trail of blood drops leading out the back door. You make up your mind that you're going to figure out what happened while you were gone. Maybe even gain a little good karma if you can help the people. So you go back out the front door, but you know what's going to happen if you go out the front door. Or go back out the back door and follow the blood trail.
Go follow the blood trail.
Now, we're in the same place because it's Choose Your Own Adventure books. There's only so many pages and options that I can do here. So are you going to follow the bloody trail east? Or are you going to follow that lone set of skeletal footprints west?
You always say go west.
Go west.
In the path. So I'm going to go west because
Yes.
we know what happened when we went east. Let's go west.
You don't remember what happens to go west?
I do not know what happens to go west.
I love this option. Sorry. All right. You decide to follow the lone set of skeletal footprints west. You have a bad feeling about this, but your curiosity takes over. How is it that a skeleton is walking around? You must see for yourself. It's surprising that the footprints are as clear as day and do not fade. You must not be too far behind this creature, but yet you see nothing on the horizon. After half a day of following footprints, you come to a sign, Valley of Bones, 1 mile, painted on a wooden plank. The footprints continue west past the sign, and you make a faint outline of something in the distance. What is that? And then off to the right, you notice a small grouping of tents. You wonder if they are living or undead. There is no indication who or what is in the community. So do you continue following the footprints to see what the heck is in the distance? Or you look over at the group of tents, but nah, you can't fight it. You must know what's in the distance. You're going to go follow the footprints. There's no choice.
Molotov cocktail.
I've already been hit by 3 Molotov cocktails. You know what?
You do remember.
Go big or go home. Go big.
All right.
Or go
So you keep walking towards the horizon, and a blurry line starts to become clear. The sandy orange dirt ahead of you abruptly turns black. and drops down 20 feet into a valley. There are white bones bleached by the sun piled high, almost to the top of the valley, as far as you can see left and right. The wind blows and you hear a whisper. What? You mutter. You hear the wind whisper your name when the breeze goes by. You look down and see that the black sand is moving. It has actually traveled behind where you are standing, and it's not stopping, heading back the way you came. You turn and run, but the ground sticks to your boots. You feel cold wash over your body. You realize the sand means to consume you. You dislodge your feet from the hungry earth and backtrack your path, but every step sinks lower and lower into the ebony sand. Eventually, you cannot pull your feet out and you wade forward in vain. You manage to get within 4 feet of the edge, but the finish line continually moves and you sink lower. The sand eventually consumes you, and all that's left to mark your existence is your hat on the ground.
Finally, I met my 1980s fear of dying in quicksand.
Right? That's what everybody was scared of.
We always thought quicksand would be a much more, a bigger threat to us than it currently is. The black sand retreats to the Valley of Bones, adding your 213 bones to the pile. A whisper is heard on the wind, and the black sand settles, waiting for its next victim. Wow, what happened? Try again. Go back to page 29.
I want my statue of Big J.
So close. So close. Hey, but 2 people managed to get through. I was impressed. One became the Chopper, and one became Mercy Mayhem.
Sorry, but I'm sorry, that quicksand things, that's traumatizing. That's like, that's left me with like a what the actual, because yes, that was like a major thing. We all thought we were going to end up in quicksand at some point, and it was terrifying. But now what you've done is you've just gone, okay, right, here's your fear of the quicksand. You're in there, you're dead, and you're still in there and dead, and you know it.
Yep.
You just added that bit.
My sandbox for surviving quicksand.
Yep.
Oh,
we're all eternity in the sand.
Yeah, I mean, and like if your hat blows away, nobody even knows you're in there. There's not a chance of anyone.
No, they're just like, cool hat, man, and they put it on and keep going.
Oh, but then again, if they pick that hat up, they're not wearing the hat for long either. They're going down too.
The sand probably is going to come get you too. Don't go by the Valley of Bones. Just don't do it. Thank you all for coming on and for playing.
Yay!
Hope you had
fun. I have many questions about that one.
And it's all canon. This is all part of this world. So if you've been reading Path, like we haven't experienced a lot of that yet in the main story. So it's just kind of fun to like get a glimpse of things that are coming. And
do we get a play out of I Survive, like by Gloria Gaynor or something?
You get one of these. And bragging rights. You know, George Medina claims that he beat it as well, but I wasn't there, so proof. We need to have him run it again.
Laura, that's pretty cool that you've got your universe extension. You know, I appreciate that with all the stuff that we do where somebody might, the role-playing game or the choose your adventure might be their pathway in, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But it kind of gives you a different angle to be able to insert yourself into the story. So that's really cool. I dig that. I dig that.
And it's just fun. It's just, you know, people can choose their level of involvement. If they just want to read the comic, cool. If you want to do the riddles, that's cool. If you want to do the choose your own adventure, the RPG game, whatever floats your boat. Like there's something for everybody, and you can take it as deep as you want to go. And we're constantly creating this world. You know, there's videos, Dash wrote a song. So hopefully we can record the song at some point. Yeah. So we're just, you know, having fun and living in this alternative universe.
A Bible and a cattle prod.
That's what it's called.
A Bible and a cattle prod. So I would I hope we get that. I hope we get that. It was a pretty good song.
Oh boy.
It'll be awesome.
Well, you started it by saying all I got is a Bible in the left hand, a cattle prod in my right.
That's what my character has. That's her equipment.
It was born. Oh yeah, you guys are missing the game is the RPG is so fun though.
Last week was absolutely wild. We were all on fire. I don't have balls, so I couldn't teabag somebody, but I tried. Tried anyway. So
You she-bagged him.
She bagged him.
no, what did Dustin? Dustin called it waffle slam.
Waffle slam.
Waffle slam, and then he said clam slam, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die!" It's just we were
Suddenly,
laughing.
I feel like, I mean, this week's been fun, but I feel like I missed the wrong week. What the hell?
Oh, RPP is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
Last week was great. It'll be more this week as we're hopefully wrap up that fight. We'll see what happens. So I don't know.
There is no predicament that we don't get ourselves into.
No, we're just really good at.
Yes, we're good at
Chris,
finding the predicaments.
Chris was here. Sorry, Chris, that you had to run, but he makes the game so much fun. The Karens showed up. Lou, there was 2 of them, and they were trying to collect money for the HOA, and I sent them to their untimely death. We'll see if they show up and have revenge. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah. So. Anywho, thanks for watching, everybody. We are going to end this stream. It's been an hour and 21 minutes, which is crazy. And I don't know I don't know when we will do more of these. We will randomly do them. It's just kind of how it happens. But yeah, make sure if you're in the chat and you're watching these people that you follow all of these creators, writers, artists. They're all very talented. They have podcasts. They do draw streams. Back the Kickstarters. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Do that. Start there. And that will make us all happy.
Back to books, people. Back to books.
The books is where it's at. Oh, and I would be remiss if I didn't say, again, I have my digest size book, which is super cool. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble. And it's on RollingSquidBones.com. So you can pick up your copy. Perfect for Christmas. It almost fits in a stocking for Christmas.
Yes, it does.
All right, all. See you all next time. Thanks again for
coming.
Bye.
Bye.